Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaitlyn, and this is all about my journey on becoming a single mom by choice. Now, today's video is the start of my egg retrieval and egg freezing journey. So if you are new here, I am going about solo motherhood and exploring this path. My ultimate goal is to try starting with IUIs, possibly around the May-June timeframe. And one of the things that was really important to me in this journey was preserving the ability to have children with a partner in the future, even if that's later on in life. And then also to preserve the ability to have a full biological sibling for my first child. Hopefully I'm able to conceive with IUIs, but if I don't, I also have these eggs frozen for IVF in the future if I decide I do not want to go through another egg retrieval and fertilize those eggs to create embryos with my donor sperm. I also plan to keep a vial of sperm available and frozen for a while to do IVF with these eggs later on if Mr. Right does not come into the picture. I am the person that has not given up on the fairy tale. I am ready to be a mom and I'm excited to be a mom, but I am still really hoping that I find my person and Mr. Right comes into my life. I just have not found that person, and I don't want to sacrifice the things that are important to me in life and the things that I'm ready for at this point to wait for a partner to join the mix. I really believe that the right person for me will love me and love my child and respect the decision that I'm making right now for this. And so that to me is kind of why I just want to preserve all of my options and keep so many doors open and not really close any doors. So trying to conceive with IUI, freezing eggs so I have a variety of options in the future was extremely important to me. So here we are, and I am now on the egg freezing cycle, and my retrieval is tentatively scheduled for March 24th. The purpose of today's video is there isn't really a lot to share at this time, but what I thought would be helpful is just kind of outlining the schedule that my clinic has laid out for me. Now, every person is going to be different. Everyone is going to respond differently to the meds. So it's really important for you to schedule your own consultation with your fertility clinic, do your testing, figure out a path, see what options you have, and lay out a plan with your own doctor. I am a healthy 34, soon to be 35-year-old woman. When I had my initial consultation, my AMH level was in the normal range. For my age, I had 13 follicles on one ovary and 20 follicles on the other. So that kind of helped me decide which program I was going to go with. Cost plays a big factor in it as well. I'm going to do a separate video all on the costs of egg freezing once I have my final costs. But ultimately, I ended up doing a single cycle with my fertility clinic. And the reason I decided to do a single cycle was based on the number of follicles I had at my initial appointment. I know that they're not all going to mature and produce mature eggs at the same rate, but I felt like I could probably get 12 to 15 eggs, and my doctor felt the same in one retrieval. Could be more, could be less, but ultimately this whole process is extremely expensive and my insurance doesn't cover any of it. So while I may do another egg retrieval in the future, if I feel like I would like more eggs frozen than what we get on one retrieval, I can cross that bridge later. It will cost me a little bit more money, but I don't have to come up with the money right now. I ended up buying my donor sperm a lot faster than I had anticipated because I really felt a connection to that donor. My egg freezing is expensive, and then just planning for IUIs and all the things, baby. Like, I just need to be mindful about spending money. And so I don't want to commit to a program that I don't necessarily feel like I may need if I'm able to conceive with IUI, and my doctor was also pretty confident about that. Now, who knows what the future holds, but I'm just really trying to take everything day by day. So Again, purpose of today's video is just to kind of outline the protocol that was laid out for me by my doctor. I will do another video about costs. I'll do another video next week about my baseline appointment and starting my stims, and just kind of take you along each week through this journey. So there'll be some daily videos that I'll kind of clip together at the end of the week. So if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell. That way you can be notified when I upload a new video. My goal for my egg freezing journey is to upload a video a week just to keep you updated on the progress. So when I started my period last Sunday, I called my nurse on Monday and she had prescribed birth control for me to start day 4. And I am taking birth control for 10 days, so that takes me until March 8th. Now, the whole birth control thing, I have mixed feelings on. I understand that there is a medical benefit and it helps to quiet your ovaries and align all the eggs so that way they all have the best ability or best chances of maturing at the same rate. So I understand that piece of it. I do understand though that the birth control also really helps them to schedule. I was pretty vocal about not really wanting to go on birth control or be on birth control for that long. Mostly because this wasn't explained to me in my initial consultation, and I have a lot of things planned that if I had to be on birth control for 3 weeks, it would have thrown off the whole schedule. That was a big piece of it. I also am not a big fan of birth control, and one thing that I do appreciate is me vocalizing my concerns about the birth control. I want to respect the process. I want to be a good patient, but they were also able to work with me, so that's one of the main reasons why I'm only on birth control for 10 days. So my last day of my birth control is next Friday, March 8th. And then on the 9th, I go in for my baseline appointment for blood work and an ultrasound. If all of that comes in within normal limits, I will start my stims on the 12th, which I believe is a Wednesday. And then I go back in for another appointment on the 15th for more blood work and an ultrasound to see how my body is reacting to the stims. Now, everyone's body is different and everyone's body is going to react differently to the medication. And so that's why you're going in every few days for updated appointments, just to make sure that everything is progressing the way that it should be, because everything needs to be timed out just so. I do apologize. I'm looking at my notes here. So then on 3/22, if everything goes okay, we'll do the Lupron trigger. I'll have another appointment on 3/23, so the very next day, to do all my blood work, test my LH and my P4 testing, and then I will have my retrieval on the 24th. So I'm really hoping that all goes according to plan, because the 24th falls on a Sunday, so it's one less day that I have to take off of work, and just is really, really helpful. So pretty exciting that today is, today is March 3rd, I believe. No, March 2nd. And in 22 days, I will be done with this. Obviously, I feel fine right now. I've been taking the birth control. I was on birth control for about 16 years, and I've been off it for about 3.5, 4 years now at this point. So I'm on the birth control. Everything's been fine. I'm a little bit anxious to start the stims, just because giving myself a shot seems a little scary. However, I've had cortisone shots in my knees, my shoulder, my hip. I've had a nerve block in my neck for a shoulder surgery. So I've had my fair share of needles, pretty painful needles. So I'm sure that this will be okay. Just trying to take it one day at a time. But this is the next step in my journey. And while it is not necessarily part of conceiving and becoming a mom, I know that there's a lot of women out there who are also considering egg freezing. It's a really great thing to do if you can afford to do it. I think it just keeps your options open and takes some of the pressure off dating and finding Mr. Right. And hopefully that is a weight lifted off my shoulders, that I have those options in the future. And I think it will be. Like I said at the beginning of this video, my next video will probably be next weekend. I will give you an update on my baseline testing and let you know when I'm starting the stims. I will also do a breakdown of the cost, because I'll have the meds and all my meds and costs at that time as well. So that will be the next video. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them down there in the comment section. I'm also going to link my Instagram in the bio below. I would love to connect with anyone considering this journey and chat. I've had so many women support me, and I would like to support you if you are on this journey or answer any questions that you have. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.